Hello and welcome to YHTV's Trinity of Life. This is episode 82. I'm Christina Suzama, your host for this program. Thank you so much for joining me as I continue to explore the wonderful world of healing arts, meditation, therapies, and the many modalities of helping each of us find balance in our individual journeys. We're always excited to meet those who are on the leading edge of creating change on this planet. Now, at any time during this show, you can feel free to ask a question or make a comment simply by scrolling down on your screen and typing it into the comment box. And be sure to click submit, of course. Or if you're listening to this as a podcast, you can simply call in to 818 Let's Talk, 818 Let's Talk. And be sure to leave your contact information so we can get back to you. And whatever you'd like to know, we will definitely post to our special guest. Our special guest today is Debbie Lynn Toomey. She is a health and happiness specialist who is committed to helping today's women to freely realize an abundant life filled with happiness, health, and harmony. She delivers this message and her services through her company, Ultimate Healing Journey, that specializes in offering fun and easy programs to busy women that boost energy, clarity, and happiness so that they will have time to quiet their minds. Boy, do I need this. Rejuvenate their bodies and express their inner divas. Debbie has always believed in holistic approach and optimum health and well-being. This passion has led her to a lifelong commitment of learning and helping people in traditional and non-traditional fields. Today's show is Living an Awesome Life, AWESOME, awesome. And that is an acronym for today's show. Let us welcome Debbie Lynn Toomey. Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Christina. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Awesome.
Me too.
I love it. It's like awesome. I mean, how timely for you to actually you have the Ultimate Healing Journey is actually a new release for you, isn't it? You just released your website a couple of weeks ago and you're just blasting off right now. How wonderful, and congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, so Debbie, let us tell us a little bit about your history and how you've made it to this time in your life.
Okay, thank you. Well, my history is that born in the Philippines. My parents, mainly on my mom's side of the family, they're in the healthcare field, pharmacists and doctors. My grandfather being a pharmacist and also a spiritual and intuitive healer. So I've always been immersed in the health and healing arts and science and pretty much really embraced that. And it's so much so that it became my values, top values, health and happiness, and also fun.
Mm-hmm.
So when we moved here from the Philippines to the United States, there's really no majors in college where I could deliver or take happiness, fun or health. So I went into nursing. Nursing gave me the foundation and the avenue and the vehicle to be able to do that for people, to help them feel better. Basically, I love to help people feel better. And under that umbrella is the health and happiness and fun. So being a nurse, I love taking care of many patients. I've been a nurse for over 25 years at Tufts Medical Center here in Boston, one of the leading hospitals in Massachusetts, in the world, and really took care of a lot of patients with stress-related ailments. And that pretty much struck a chord in me because I know deep down that working in the Western medicine, that there's also the Eastern medicine that can be brought in the forefront. And that's when I started that particular training journey, if you will, about 16 years ago, where I started really delving into the complementary alternative medicine arts.
And
Yeah.
and did you use that during your nursing? Were you able to? Was that accepted by the hospital that you work at?
There was some, yes. I was able to use mainly Reiki.
Mm,
I did Reiki, but working as a nurse, it can be a little bit stressful trying to relax a patient knowing that I have a full assignment that is very demanding. I could be doing Reiki on a patient who really needs it, but at the same time, I know I have four other patients who also need me, who wants to go home, discharge, or somebody needing pain medicine, or me accepting a new patient from the intensive care unit. So a lot of these dynamics, it didn't really promote for a nice healing environment for me as a Reiki practitioner. It
mm.
was good for the patient receiving it, but it was just a little bit frustrating for me to not be able to fully give that part of myself to my patient at the bedside. And that's why I started my business, Ultimate Healing Journey, to be able to really do that in the community and to add all the trainings that I have accumulated along the way.
Wonderful, wonderful. So through, I mean, you don't only do the Reiki, of course. It sounds like what's been passed down to you from your grandfather in the world of metaphysics as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I believe that healing doesn't just come from, it's not just a one shot deal, if you
Hmm.
will.
Hmm. Hmm.
It the human being is just so complex and
Hmm.
special and unique. And for somebody to seek healing, it could mean a physical healing, or it could be a mental, emotional, or spiritual healing. So, me being an avid learner of anything that will make people feel better, I really embraced not only Reiki, energy healing, but vibrational healing as well. I went into, I studied homeopathy for about 4 years and studied reconnection, and also went even deeper or higher and studied a lot more with the spiritual arts, channeling, mediumship, angel reading, Akashic records, all these different things, training, sixth sensory development and leadership. A lot of these tools that I feel is a comprehensive way to really be present in front of somebody who needs my help.
Hmm. I think I found a sister in crime. No. That is magnificent, and you're absolutely right. The human being is such an amazing whether if you're a techie, an amazing computer system. It's so miraculous, isn't it? Now
Yeah.
I am, my goodness, I am amazed. Here you are, a nurse, a mother, and yet you are able to fit in all these other extracurricular activities for yourself. That is truly amazing, and highly I commend you through these years. Um, so, so now you have come to the Ultimate Healing Journey, which is your company, and this is something that you're really focused on right now. And you have a course, correct, called Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, awesome. I love it as an acronym. I love it as a word, though it's driven, I think, a lot of people in my generation crazy. Will you stop saying that? But can you tell us a little bit? No, can you tell us about Awesome?
I would love to. Awesome has been is an acronym, and it's been the path, if you will, that's led me to being happy and healthy and doing all these things that I can't even believe that I'm doing. Awesome stands for authentic, wonderment, empowerment, self-compassion, optimistic, mindfulness, and enjoyment. And it's a path that I didn't even know I was on until I started learning the different complementary alternative medicine trainings. It was as if when I would do the training, I would learn it, and then I would get a healing, and from the
Mm,
healing, I would open up even more. And became more transparent and allowed myself to be seen and to be heard.
Mm.
And in that space, it allowed me to say, hey, look at this. I never saw this before. Really saw life and really in wonderment through the eyes of a child. And it gave me empowerment because I felt like, wow, I could really do this. And I started loving myself even more and
Mm.
still in that process, and became more hopeful, optimistic about, you know what? I know I could do this. I've done this in the past. I know I got my angels and guides with me and my family and friends with me. I could do this. And mindfulness, being really present and just being there in the breath or just admiring and loving what's around me and just soaking in and savoring, feeling abundant in that, and really enjoying having fun, having an awesome journey, loving life.
Mm.
That's been my ultimate healing journey, and that's my signature program.
Mm. Wonderful. So with Awesome, why should one even consider these practices that you have in Awesome? Is it a grouping? Like, is it a group of different techniques that you have brought together?
Right. Right now, Awesome Life program or coaching is what I offer, and it's a coaching program where that combines positive psychology techniques. I'm a positive psychology coach as well as a wellness coach, as well as a master energy healing coach. So it's a comprehensive coaching program that I offer to people, a person, one to one, in person or over the phone or Skype. And I found that the way I grew up or just started loving life was through a mixture of different things. It wasn't just affirmations. It wasn't just tapping with EFT. It wasn't just Reiki. It wasn't just learning, all these research proven techniques. It was a comprehensive journey for me, and for me to be able to coach somebody to really help them in the path of their highest and best. I felt that Awesome Life coaching was something that I had to offer.
Mm. Mm. Wonderful.
And mhm.
Now, I just heard you say these are one-on-one
Yep,
sessions?
yep, yep,
Ah.
yep. It's a one-to-one, and I'm working on a program called Awesome Life. That's going to be an 8-week program that I'm going to offer online and be able to deliver that as a consistent program to really help um, women globally to have that continual support and community, and to be able to have that connection
Mm.
to really grow and step into that womanness that we are, and to not feel like we're alone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Very nice. And so, can you give us an idea of uh, what you actually teach in your system? Like, can you let us peek in the door a little
Yeah.
bit?
Yes. Well, as I've mentioned in the acronym, there's the feeling authentic.
Mhm.
One of the ways that I learned how to be authentic, or to feel comfortable in my skin, or to appreciate my name, or to be seen, is just to start feeling safe. So creating that community of acceptance and safety, and trusting, allowing people to feel that they are in a space that, yes, you could trust us. We've been there, done that. We hear you, we see you, and we want to hear more. And share something with us that perhaps you've never shared with anybody else. And let's see what that looks like. And just giving people that space to be able to do that, it sheds layers, lifetimes sometimes, to feel seen and to be okay. So that's
Yeah.
one.
Isn't that amazing how, as we grow up, when we're children, we're so raw, we're so inhibited with life. We just do, we just say. And as we grow up, we really
Mhm.
put those guards up, don't we?
Yeah.
And then sometimes we start to venture off into this land where, yeah, that authenticity sort of goes by the
Mhm.
wayside a little bit, and we lose
Yeah.
who we are. So that's a
Yes.
wonderful way to start with that A.
Yeah. It's a lot of undoing.
hmm And that can be
It's
frightening too, can't it? Like it can be very uneasy because we've lived with ourselves for so long.
right. Right. Yes. Yes. When you step into the awesome program, that it has to be for people. You asked, who's it for? Who should people sign up for it? It's for people who are ready. It's for people who are really willing to play full out, who are stuck in that, remaining in that stuckness is more painful than not doing anything at all. That's the Awesome Life program is for those people who are just filled with so many ideas and possibilities, but just don't know where to go or who to talk to or who to get guidance from.
Mm, mm. And would it also be good for people who are um, could be imbalanced with depression and stress? And I say this because so often, because we don't connect with ourselves, is where that level of imbalance comes in.
Right, right. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of people out there. As a nurse, I've taken care of many patients. And as a person just walking around, there's a lot of people with anxiety and depression.
hmm
It's Daniel Goleman basically said the 21st century is the age of melancholy. It's a lot of people are depressed.
Mm.
And yes, the Awesome Life program is perfect for those people who are stable with their depression. It's as a nurse, I'm not a therapist. As a coach, I'm not a therapist. So I will take care or help people who are stable with their medications, feel safe wherever they are, not suicidal, and who are they need a helping hand to just get up, get out, and to just maybe a pat in the back. Just little things that can just help get that cloud away from that's looming over their head. Mm.
Oh, that's a nice breath. Take away that cloud. you know.
Mm.
And now, so we've done the A. What is the W?
Oh, the W. Oh, I love the W.
What are the techniques for the W?
Oh, yes. It is just a lot of just seeing the world through the eyes of a child.
Mm.
It's just Christmas.
hmm
That's all I could say. Christmas, if you're a Catholic, or birthday, just that wonderment, just the ooh and the ah. Oh, I wonder. It's that unlimited magical possibilities
hmm hmm
that is just um it's it's intangible, but it just gives you so much energy, so much pep in your step, and it just makes you seem so much younger.
Ah, that fearlessness.
Yes,
Right? It
yes,
really is. It's
yeah,
just take a dive,
it
take
is.
a dive
Yeah,
in and play
yeah,
and see what comes forth.
yeah.
Ooh, how do you do that? Now, see, I'm really curious now. Okay, the wonderment, the wonderment. And the first E.
Oh, the first E is empowerment. Yes,
Mm,
Yes, claiming your space. Really, just this is me. This is what I have. This is what I came in this world with, and I am going to do my best to just let it shine. And if I blind you, put your sunglasses on. And really just allowing that inner light to radiate. And just let it be. There's so many, especially women, are taught to stop, suppress yourself. Don't be too selfish, or don't be too boastful, or think about other people. That's what a good girl is. That's what a good person does. Take care of others. Always suppressing your light, your needs, making other people come first. So empowerment is a lot to do with, for me at least, is the claiming yourself, and to be able to live in that space where you know that you're good, and you could be better if you love yourself even more, or if you just really take an affirmative sometimes yes, and an affirmative sometimes no. Really coming from your hara, your center, to be able to just really put both feet in the ground and just say, no, that doesn't work for me. That kind of empowerment, allowing us to just say that and not feel guilty or worried that what people will judge us.
That almost sounds like it ties in with the first letter A and authenticity. How we are, as you say, taught, or societally, culturally, which has huge, huge repercussions, is culturally, that we've found, through many experts and therapists, what they've encountered is that level of empowerment is so affected with the authenticity of how we choose to live, or how we're meant to live. Not how we choose to, but how we've been meaning to live our life, right? So does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. The acronym, the awesome acronym, is they weave into each other. It's just, you don't go from one step and then to the next step and to the next step. It's that dynamic. It's a matrix. It's just like the tapestry of life. It weaves into each other. You can't have one without the other. One supports the other. One brings you up higher to the next level. But at the same time, life happens. And so you need to tap back into what you know to be true, feeling authentic, or loving yourself, giving yourself permission to be human.
Empowerment. Yes. Stand strong. Yes. Stand strong. The S.
Self-compassion. Self-compassion. Yes. The S is another tricky one for a lot of people, especially women, because once again, we're taught to be compassionate towards other people, be good to other people, take care of other people, never mind about yourself. So self-compassion is loving, being kind, and being mindfully, just being there for yourself as much, even more than the people around you, and not feeling in any way guilty or selfish in doing that, including yourself basically in the equation.
Wow, self-compassion. Okay. I mean, it's that is sometimes a really interesting balance, isn't it?
Yes.
Trying to find that. It is to me about balance. It's if you go a little bit too far one way, then it can seem very much like you're being selfish or self-centered.
Right.
Wow. Yes. How do you find that? How do you balance that?
It depends on where a person is at, and it depends on what they're culturally comfortable with. My awesome message can be different for the Western culture, and different for the Eastern culture. So trying to find, like you said, the balance, the comfort level. And once you find that comfort level, maybe having that little growth mindset of maybe stretching a little bit, seeing what that feels like. So because that's part of growth, is stretching. What else? What else? What else can you do to love yourself? What else can you do to appreciate yourself? What else can you do to let your light shine radiantly without making it seem like you are showing off to other people? So it's always that constant growth. It's that constant self-coaching, questioning, what else can I do to serve myself?
Wow. Compassion. Self-compassion. That's a very interesting one. Like to delve into that one. Very much so. There's so many intricacies with that one that's woven in.
Yes.
I love it.
It's a lifelong journey. Each one of these is a lifelong journey. They're not, by all means, they're not the destination, but they'll get you into that path of your highest and best.
Yes, it's the journey that continues to unfold if you choose to walk. If you choose to walk the path.
Yes. Yeah.
Can't say it's easy though, is it?
Oh, it's not easy. It's not easy. But once you get the taste of it, and once you see what you're capable of, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. You just keep going forward, no matter how scary it is, because sometimes that journey is scary. But that's part of the spice. That's part of where you draw the empowerment, the wonderment, and the authenticity and the self-compassion. You hurled in all these techniques and principles to take that next step, to feel awesome.
Okay, give us some O. Give us some O. We have the A, the W, the E, the S. Now give us the O.
I love it. I love it. Optimism. Looking at a future that you know is going to be okay, despite what's going on around you, despite what life delivers you, ups and downs, knowing that, you know what, I've had a good track record in the past. I bet the future is just going to be okay. That somehow I'm supported. So looking at it with a half full glass, or for some people might say the glass is always full and overfilling. So really just looking at it in that respect, that it's going to be okay. And this is part of life. This is what we signed up for.
Can I pass you a glass? Anybody want one of my glasses? I'm giving them away right now. Oh my goodness. Optimism. Perfect. Yes. Yes, it's very important to continue to see and have that positive and optimistic attitude as we make change. It'll keep the wonderment going very well.
It does. It's a self-generating type principle. It allows you to have that spiraling up and growth mindset. Again, it gets you into the flow, flourishing, all these wonderful things that'll stretch you and challenge you and really get the blood pumping.
Okay, we're ready for that. That's a nice little boost there too. And the M.
The M is mindfulness, and just really just being there, just noticing and seeing and hearing and listening and savoring all these wonderful things that allows one to be in the present and to feel abundant in that space, or to just feel tap into that space that's what some people would call the gap.
Mm.
And just in that silence, knowing that you are connected fully to something bigger and better, allowing you to just forget about the worries before the worries that you had before going into that state, or the worries that you will have after. It's
Mm-hmm.
just feeling that connection. The mindfulness is very, very important.
And mindfulness is such a great exercise, isn't it?
Mm.
It's such a great exercise and then you go, well, how am I supposed to do that? I mean, that's how I began. I was like, how am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to be mindful about everything? My life goes so fast, blah, 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 all that chit chat. And you kind of go, wait a minute. Just start with the first one.
Yes, yes,
right? It's
yes.
like an awareness. Just start.
Yes,
And
yes.
next thing you know, it's like as you say, it's like those broadening. It's like an exercise, a muscle that you just continue to stretch and stretch. It's wonderful.
Yes, yes. And there's different types of exercises out there. And depending on the type of person you are, will depend on the meditation, the technique that will appeal to you. Sometimes just walking down the beach, that's actually my most favorite. Meditation is just walking. And when I walk, it just allows my body to quiet down. And then my mind just starts, it just feels somehow the antenna just starts opening up and feels that connection with the earth and the trees and the sky.
That's Grandpa talking.
Yes. Yes. So I love that. That is one of my most favorite, or even just being in the shower. It just feeling that the being present, with the water, and just really allowing that constant rhythmic movement of the water, the cleansing, and again, just feeling fresh and clean and connected. That's a meditation. Life actually is a meditation. It's that constant remembering, going back, taking that deep breath, going back to your promise, going back to what's true to you, going back to loving yourself, going back to feeling authentic, going back to, all these wonderful things, the promises that you made to yourself. Life is a meditation. It's being mindful, Matt, constantly reminding yourself.
Yes, absolutely. The breaths. Okay, now for the E. The second E, actually.
Enjoyment. Oh, love.
That's
Love
the play
it.
part. That's the play part.
That is the play part. That just really fuels the others. And I cannot do anything unless it is enjoying, or I find enjoyment in it. I cannot move or do anything new that's scary unless I seek what it is that is fun for me, and how it'll be fun for the other people. Having that, really, it goes hand in hand with a wonderment in a way. I always feel like there has to be an element of fun, spiritedness, enjoyment in anything in order for it to really come to life, for it to move, to be motivating, to be inspiring.
Play.
Yes.
Play. It's part of that child within, isn't it? Is like, let's play. Because it's
play.
It's not going to be easy. So let's play.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, it's party on. Something I've noticed as I've been looking at my screen, and I kept looking at the word awesome, and as we're going through the letters of the acronym awesome, and you said something about compassion for oneself. And as I looked at the words, I broke it up in a whole different way, which was like awe, AWE, so, SO, and then me. And it was like awe, so, me. It's like, it's my turn.
Yeah.
It's my turn to live now. It's my turn.
Yes.
to connect with me.
Yes.
And it's wonderful.
Yes.
It's multi-leveled, my dear.
It is. It really is. You could be in awe of yourself.
Hmm.
And in that word awesome is we and me. So there's a lot of play with that word awesome.
Hmm.
And it just really captures so much of what I am trying to deliver to women of today.
Wonderful. Now, did this just come up when you put it together? Like, did you just love the word, so you were able to create it as an acronym?
Pretty much, pretty much. It was something that this program, or this my signature program, actually came about as when I was studying positive psychology with Whole Being Institute, Tal Ben-Shahar being the professor there. And we did a lot of reflecting, going back, connecting the dots. And we we really got to know ourselves through jeers and tears, and really embraced so much of ourselves. And then through the reflection and the stories and the journaling, it occurred to me that I actually, there's something there in my journey that I didn't really realize was a crucial part in what I'm trying to deliver in my company. And so when I really took a step back and reflected and meditated, I realized, you know what? This is the steps. This is how I got here. Being authentic. It happened years ago. It didn't happen overnight. And being in that space of feeling authentic and being seen, and not, and working on like self-esteem issues and self-worth issues, that brought me to another level of feeling good and having, these feeling good about, you know what, I'm too grown up. I need to kind of feel a little bit younger. I have an 8-year-old, and let me see the world through his eyes. And whoa, the world really does. It's full of positive possibilities. And I said, wow, that's really amazing. So all of these wonderful things, just connecting the dots, that allowed me to really see the journey that I took, or that I've taken. And before you know it, awesome was the word that came to mind. And I just tried to say, okay, what was awesome about my journey? Well, I was authentic, and then the words fell into place.
Mm. Perfect. Yes, I thought, well, you have several kids, so they say it all the time, right? It's like somewhere it must mean something to me.
Mhm.
Now, as you're teaching this, now is this? I hear you say quite often, you're working with women. Now, do you work with men as well? I mean, is this? I personally would say this is for everybody. Male, female, older, younger, it is really for everybody. And as far as I'm concerned, the younger you start these realizations, these exercises, so to say, um, the more that you will have the tools to live a much fuller life.
Mhm.
So, male, female?
Right now, I'm focusing on the women. And it took me a while to really scale it down a little bit for just women. I found that through the programs I've done in the past, about 90 to 95% of the attendees are women, 30 and up. And certainly men, this program is for men as well, because it's a neutral, it's a universal type process. Feeling authentic and in living in wonderment, it's anybody could use it. But I needed to start someplace real, a place that I know best. And that's me being a woman of today and the journey, and me being able to connect with people. And I wanted to start with women because I felt that women are pretty much are at the hub of the wheel. And for me to be able to help people globally, I needed to start somewhere central, which I felt was the women.
Hmm.
And if I could take care of the woman, the caregiver, and have that caregiver take care of herself, then she can be that model for change. She can be that little pebble in that still pond that can really ripple out the positive changes and allow other people to have or be inspired by that change as well.
Mm, mm. So women first. That's where you
Women
start.
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as you expand,
But
as you
men are welcome.
expand, men are welcome. Okay, you heard that, gentlemen out there.
I love men.
Yeah, as do I.
Yes, I have 3 boys.
Oh, that's wonderful. Really wonderful. So your techniques, what have you experienced? What has your outcome been like? The changes that you've seen in your clients. Can you share some of that with us?
Yes, definitely.
You
Yes.
don't have to add the names, of course.
Oh, no. Well, they've told me that since doing having the coaching with me, they've been really able to see so many more possibilities within them, and they get so excited. It's as if they had this beautiful makeover. They look younger, and people notice how much better they look. They look more radiant, and they're willing to take on new projects or learn different things to really help them feel happy and joyful. So
Mm,
even traveling more, again, just doing a lot more things for themselves that gives them that inner giggle, or that way to really feel alive.
mm.
That's been the consistent feedback from a lot of people, and they're just they pretty much say it's life changing for them. It's given them that ability to take that next step with both feet,
Mm, mm,
assuredly, with confidence.
that's lovely. Taking that
Mhm.
next step and
Mm.
continuing to move forward.
Mhm.
Oh, those are some very powerful shifts. I mean, it really is. It comes back down to the child again of,
Mhm.
learning to crawl and then learning to stand up and take that first step
Right.
and having the courage to do so.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. So you are offering the awesome coaching program. Now, how is it different from other coaching programs? Because we hear so much in the past, especially the past 15 years, about life coaches, etc. How is this one different?
Right. As mentioned before, it's a combination of life coaching. I use positive psychology and wellness coaching, and as well as the master energy healing coaching.
Mm,
So it's a nice way to really, it allows the person to step forward and take that next best step. And sometimes what happens is they can't take that next step because they have these limiting beliefs, or they have these self sabotaging um,
hmm
traits or habits. And so that's where the master energy healing coaching would come in. And I would teach them ways to eliminate their blocks through using EFT. And also, we do the daily energy routine. There's chakra clearing. So, going really deeper with them to really allow that aspect of them to be released, so that that next step that they take is that much better
mm,
and more consistent,
mm.
less likely to fall back into their old habits.
So it sounds like what you're doing is the first steps are clearing their fields, clearing their energetic fields, and sort of helping them rebalance at another level first, so that what
Mhm.
they take in is actually more effective.
Right, right.
Mm,
It's giving them that mental, emotional, and spiritual path to be able to really take on that journey that they want to take on, and reminding them that they are the expert of their own life. They are the healer of themselves. And I'm there as the coach to give them that space and to witness them and to guide them sometimes and to stretch them sometimes and to challenge them sometimes and to see their possibilities and allow them to really see that as well.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's play. Now, do you do this like one-on-one in person, or do you do this online through Skype, or do you have to see the person?
I do it in person if the person lives local to me. I live in the Boston area. I've done this via Skype as well as over the phone. So try to make it really available for the busy woman to be able to really get that connection, even by email as well.
By email? Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I always find emails a little bit, or writing, when someone writes something, it's a perspective when the other's reading it, right? So interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Email.
Yeah. Sometimes what we write is a little bit more revealing than what we say. And there's a lot more as a coach that you could really pick up on. And it's there as a reminder for the person who's gone through a long journey with you. And it's a good way for them to see, oh, look, this was me a few weeks ago. That's no longer my truth. And look how far I've gone.
I agree. That's like a form of journaling, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic.
In the 21st century.
In the 21st century. Oh, you mean I can't use the iPad anymore?
Oh, you could do that too.
I know. Some people look at me and go, well, I just don't like to write. I don't like to journal. I go, well, do you have an iPhone? Yes. Well, do a memo. At least it's something. Do a memo of the moment. At least it's something. And then you're logging it in somewhere. And then you can listen back to it. It's like reading it back. Okay, you're more audio. Let's do it that way. So through all this, you've started your new website, so you've already begun your teaching. And so what is coming up for you and your awesome company?
What's coming up for me? I'm finishing up with the awesome program that I'm going to be doing online as a program, 8-week program. I'm excited about that. I'm finishing up a book on laughter power, which I am going to be releasing at the beginning of the summer. I'll be doing retreats with the cancer support community locally, and also retreats for another group of people for the busy career people, men and women. So there's a lot of different things that's unfolding, and I'm very excited.
Oh, yes. Do your family get to see you?
Yes,
Wow.
they do. Yes, they do. And it's, as a woman, mom, a wife, a part-time nurse, a business owner, and a daughter of aging parents. All these things, all these projects, I really have to be constantly reminding myself about walking my talk to get that balance, the health, and the harmony. And sometimes I purposely tip the balance scale because there's things I want to get done.
Right.
But at the same time, it's that constant really going back. Again, that being mindful, self-loving, and just really knowing that, you know what, everything's going to happen in due time. And for a person like me, I get so many inspiration. I get so excited because I get new ideas all the time. And I want it to happen right away. So my journey also is really being patient, trying to just say, okay, take a breath, woman. and, and remember to have fun. And remember, you have a family. Remember, you have a husband. You remember that you love to do different things. You love to dance. You love to sing. So, you know what? Let's just kind of pace ourselves. So, yeah, it's things are happening in the future in due time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, they do say that when you do live it, that's when you can teach it the best.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, move over. I'm moving in. No.
Come on.
Yes, it's party time, as I said.
Yes.
So share with us. I mean, how can people begin getting a benefit from your message of an awesome life? I mean, I doing the work I do, of course, being immersed in a lot of these areas and wonderful experts such as yourself, I'm already coming from a certain perspective, but for those individuals who really might be a little lost, maybe up against something in their life, that it's a bit of a hurdle in their journey. How can they start getting benefit from your message?
Yes. Well, one of the ways to get the benefit from my message is to connect with me by going on my website. And I have a nice one-page infographic that I call the 5 quick steps to efficiency and enjoyment. And when the person puts their name and email, they will get that automatically and they become a part of my email list. And I've been doing video blogs, less than 2 minutes long. And I introduce different time saving health and happiness tips there as a way to remind people whether you're in the same path as me in the health and wellness or somebody who was looking to be in that path. These are nice reminders. Everybody is so smart and intelligent, and the media is so great about being available with all these health and wellness tips. And sometimes a reminder, or hearing it from somebody, or seeing it delivered in a different way, can catch somebody's attention. And it might be just enough for them to say, "Oh, yeah, I forgot. Breathing is okay. I'm going to do that." And she said, "Deep breathing is even better. I think I'm going to do that." So, reminders. And sometimes, if it's not a reminder, because I love teaching different things, unique, quick, and easy ones. Sometimes they might learn something different and be able to just say, that sounds different, but that looks fun. Let me try it.
Mhm.
So really delivering these type of tips and techniques. So being able to connect with me that way on the video blog, or they can find me on Facebook. And I have an awesome life group on Facebook that they are more than welcome to be a part of as well, where I, share different inspirations. And I invite the community there to share their inspirations as well for living an awesome life.
Wonderful. So checking out everything that you do, it's immersing themselves in the awesome company.
Yeah.
Debbie, as we're coming up to the closing of the show, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience? Anything you'd like to leave a piece of with them?
Yes. I would love to just be able to share that health and happiness starts from within. And for us to look towards other people or other things for happiness, material things, our spouse or our friends, yes, that works a little bit. But really, if we start tapping into the person, the magnificent being that we are, then the happiness and the health will be more sustaining and allow us to go further.
See, that's another breath.
I love that you're breathing, Christina.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I told you I have at least 3 cups full right now, and I can start handing them out. I'm very pleased to do that. So I love my breath, and what you say today just it makes me just take that breath and go, oh, it's so comfortable to know what you're doing. And it's, we commend you, and we would love to support you in any way we can, because I believe that your awesome coaching program is going to be really something, and it's really going to help so many people out there. And I believe even if you take one thing out of a program that is going to help shift your life, one drop is 1,000 waves. That's sort of my mantra over here. That it's just going to ripple. It's just going to ripple in your life, and change just blossoms from that point. So thank you so much, Debbie, for sharing with us your new coaching program, your new company, The Ultimate Healing Journey. And we look forward to having you back for more.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And of course, we'd like to thank Segovia Smith and the Yoga Hub team for making this possible. And to each and every one of you for joining us in this new platform of education and information. We're always grateful for your continuous support, and we look forward to hearing your feedback on how we can serve you better. We encourage you to connect with Debbie Lynn Toomey at ultimatehealingjourney.com. ultimatehealingjourney.com. It's a beautiful site. And also follow her on Twitter at UHDebbie Lynn. UHJ Debbie Lynn. UHJ Debbie Lynn. And until we meet again next time, we invite you to check out the listing of all our shows here at YHTV.com. Oh, sorry, yogahub.tv. I know, it's like YHTV.com. One day we'll have that acronym, yogahub.tv. Or give us a call and share your feedback and comments. We always look forward to them. And again, if you have any questions for Debbie and you'd like to go through us, that's fine too. We will be sure to send it over to her. And again, the number is 818-LETS-TALK. 818-LETS-TALK. Until next time, namaste.